On September 5, 2018, a 10-member Russian Perovo expedition team once again entered Verovkina Cave. Their mission was to collect samples of rare species. They invited two photographers, Robbie and Jeff, to document the expedition. The team leader was an experienced explorer named Pavel. The Perovo team had previously reached the cave bottom several times and was extremely familiar with the deep sections. The 10 people descended through the entrance one after another. First, they had to pass several hundred meters of rope routes, then hold their breath while swimming through siphon tunnels clogged with water and mud. They also had to force equipment inch by inch through narrow rock crevices. Along the way, they laid communication cables between camps so messages could be transmitted in emergencies. On the fourth day, they finally reached the deepest camp at 2,100 meters. There they explored new areas, collected samples, took photographs, and stayed for 7 days. Everything went smoothly. What they did not know was that it had already been raining continuously on the surface for an entire week. Later, a local taxi driver told the team that the raindrops during those days were as big as fingernails. At this moment, the entire limestone mountain was like a gigantic sponge pierced with countless holes. Normally, light rain slowly seeps through cracks and drips into the cave little by little, producing only faint dripping sounds. But once this massive sponge becomes saturated, at some point underground, the rock layers can no longer withstand the pressure. Water suddenly bursts through the entire system at once, creating a short but extremely violent flood torrent. Before this expedition, the team had always believed Verovkina only flooded during winter. After this incident, they realized they had completely misjudged the cave. On the morning of September 16, their 11th day underground, the group was eating breakfast when suddenly a deep rumbling sound echoed from the distance, like a train bursting out of a tunnel. The entire cave began shaking. Half an hour earlier, two teammates who had departed first had already reached the midway camp at 1,350 meters. Looking upward, they saw the flood surge pouring down the vertical shaft. They immediately sent warnings to the lower camps through the communication cable. Strangely, the 8 people in camp were not initially panicked. They had seen flood surges before. Usually they subsided within minutes, but after 2 hours, not only had the sound of water not weakened, it became even louder. Team leader Pavel took several people to check the water level. 5 minutes later, the flood water was visibly rising at terrifying speed. At that moment, the remaining members realized that if they did not leave immediately, everyone would die there. Robbie threw away photography equipment worth tens of thousands of dollars because they still had to climb long vertical ropes above them. Any extra weight could be fatal. He only kept the camera memory card containing the only footage ever captured from the bottom of Verovkina Cave. He sealed it inside a waterproof bag and hid it inside a latex container close to his body. Before leaving, Peter answered, "You guys go first. I'll wait for Pavel to come back."